Hello, folks. Welcome back. So, we've been playing Path of Exile, and I love this game. But you know what else I love more than this game? Gambling. And this game has a ton of it. And I don't mean gambling in terms of spending your own hard-earned cash. What I'm talking about is spending your time, I guess. Because, well, I'm crafting. I'm talking about crafting. Let's talk about crafting. The most important thing in this game to be able to beat all the bosses and the hard content is to be able to keep up with your gear progression. And as you notice, this game does not drop as much loot as Path of Exile 1. Of course, they did buff it, and I have noticed a significant change. I've gotten a lot of uniques lately, which is crazy. Even with that, the best way to get better gear is to craft it yourself. And the amount of currency they give you to do that is phenomenal. So what is all this currency? How do you craft? We're gonna get into it in this video. Let's go. Let's get it. So starting off, every time you level up, the vendors will update their stock. They're gonna refresh it. There's gonna be some new stuff in. So every time you level up, go back to town, check out the shop. So this guy, you will find all the weapons, all the armor for all the classes. Sometimes they're socketed, which is great. And you just look for what you need. I'm playing a mercenary. I'm using a crossbow. I'm looking for crossbows. Okay. And usually these, their items will scale up with your level. So right now, for me, Gleaming Construct crossbow and Bombard crossbow is fantastic for me right now. This is the base I want to work with currently. And if you hold Alt, if you're on keyboard or mouse, I don't know what it is for controller. Google it. Sorry. If you hold Alt, it will tell you all the information you need to know. Item level, type of damage. And if you look at the blue modifiers at the bottom, the physical damage, it tells you what it rolled numerically. So 10 to 15 adds 13. So it rolled pretty high with this physical damage. So this is actually pretty good. Contemplating grabbing it, actually. I might grab it. I'm gonna grab it. And these white bases are actually extremely important now. There used to be something called an Orb of Scouring back in Path of Exile 1, which allows you to just clean any blues or yellows you have and make it white. So without that, it's now important to know what weapon you're going for and pick up whatever you find, buy whatever you find, whatever you need. And yeah, so with that in mind, always check the shops. Very important. Next, let's go over to the stash. So we have multiple different orbs to use. First, we have the Orb of Transmutation, which changes a normal item to a magic one. And this provides usually one modifier, right? And then you'll do Orb of Augment to add one more modifier. Magic items can have max of 2 modifiers. Sometimes it comes up with 3. I don't know why, but you might get lucky, which is cool. So using this as an example, we'll do Orb of Transmutation first. Check the item level. The higher the item level, the higher the modifiers can go. So right now it gave me cold damage. I'm okay with it. My build is built around fire damage, so whatever. This is just an example. So it gives one modifier, right? Adds 15 to 19 cold damage. So we'll add another one. Orb of Augmentation. Gain 2 mana per enemy killed. I hate this because I know there could be much better modifiers that I can use. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know what modifiers there are that are possible? So mod pools, I use this wonderful site, and I will put it in the description below. But this site has all the modifiers that are possible to roll on that weapon, right? So for crossbows, I'm always just looking for flat damage right now, especially in the early game. Physical damage is wonderful. Fire damage would be great. And suffix, plus level to all projectile skills, is the one I want the most. So I usually gather all the crossbows I can And I do that same thing. Transmute, augment. And I'm looking for projectiles. Okay, let's see what this gives. +2 to all projectile skills. This is how you see all those people with crazy weapons. The crafting in this game is pretty fun. I like it. It's very simple. You just gotta, you know, farm and collect these currencies. Now, once you find one that you like, right? Like, I'm okay with this. So once you find the one you like, take a Regal Orb and just upgrade it to rare. And then if you like what you see, you can either exalt it or save it for now. That's up to you. Next, if you create one that's super cracked, you can also upgrade their quality. Upgrading their quality increases probably physical damage quite a bit. Like this one has 20% quality, doing up to 29 to 105 damage, which is nuts. But yeah, and then you can do Artificer's Orb to add a rune socket to it and make it even better. Some tips to get more of the Regal Orbs, because I know they buff the drop rate of Regal Orbs by like 40%, but that's still definitely not enough. So what you really want to do is, if you have any rares that you don't use or not for your class, I would just go to one of these old ladies and disenchant it. And this will give you shards of Regal, or Regal shards. Regal shards. Every 10 gives you a Regal Orb. So as you're farming, disenchant is, I find, more important than just selling it for gold. So I have a hard time finding Artificer's Orbs, so I think it's better to salvage rare items with sockets if you have to decide between that. Otherwise, you know, yeah, that's it. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Good luck. Bye. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. ためにある。我が身。真実となるはいつのいぞ。